How you doing, champs? It's BB. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking milestones. What are the most important beginner milestones that you should be focused on in your first couple of months of gameplay? I'm about to tell you. This is all based on my opinion, my personal experience, and kind of the timeline that you want to focus on when you're playing through your early game. Let's get right into it. Your milestone number 1 can be starting your game with Bambus 4-Leaf, who is an amazing support legendary champion, and getting Ugo. Once you hit level 15, all you have to do is hit up my permalink, which you can find in the description box below, set up a new account with it, and bam, Bambus will be waiting for you in your inbox. You don't want to miss out on this amazing, cute little panda and this amazing starter offer, you guys. Hit it while you can. Now, your number 1 milestone. Number 1 thing you should do is get your starter up to level 60. 6-starring your starter champion will make such a tremendous difference to your account. You're gonna start soloing campaign with him. In my case, that was Kale. Get your starter to level 60 so that you can start raiding all of the campaign stages on Brutal by yourself and start going into the good dungeons for good artifacts. See, I haven't even put a banner on my Kale and he already did his job.
That's great!
Milestone number 2 will follow subsequently. Once you have 6-starred your starter champion, you're gonna be able to go through all of campaign on Brutal and get all of your stars. I'm talking sacred shards, guys. I'm talking you're gonna get rewards from these and you want to do them ASAP. They're gonna help you progress. Ultimately, you want to end up at Brimstone Path on Brutal at stage 3. Is the best place to farm for food champions with which you can level up your other champions. Why stage 3? Shields drop here and they cost a lot more money than the other pieces of artifacts. Why Brutal? You're only spending 8 energy, and realistically ever since they introduced the super raids, which thank you for this. With the super raids, you do double runs at the cost of 16 energy. And you fill up, let me show you. Shout out Alice for being able to campaign farm this entire thing by yourself. Okay, here, you get a bunch of XP for what, 16 energy for a double run. You don't have to concern yourself with Nightmare campaign for a little while, so leave that where it's at. Once you've gotten Brutal down, you're gonna go to the dungeons and you're gonna focus on these 4 particular dungeons. Ice Golem, Spider, Dragon, and Fire Knight. You're gonna get the best starter beginner entry level gear. You can see here they sometimes release 2x on certain artifact sets. Savage is really good. For example, you're gonna want to try and get at least to stage 16 if you can't do stage 20. Why stage 16? 4, 5, and 6-star artifacts drop here. With the higher rate for 5 and 6-star artifacts, the higher up you go. Subsequently, at stage 20, you get 4-star removed completely. And you don't want to concern yourself with 4-starred artifacts by the time you exit early game. While some dungeons might be easier for you than others, try your best in all of these 4. Now when we move on to the left portion of the dungeon map, I could say the same for the potion keeps. Try and get to the bottom of the potion keeps as much as you can, so you can get these superior potions, and that applies for all of the potion keeps. See, for example, I can't get to the bottom of the Spirit Keep because it's just a little annoying because of that heal. She continuously heals herself, and I don't have a good heal reduction champ built out yet. Iron Twins, Phantom Shogun, and Sand Devil, you don't have to concern yourselves with for a little while. And guys, for the duration of the event, head down the event dungeon and try to get yourself some pinpoint, whichever stage that is. But for early game, 16 to 20, optimal dungeon stages. Your milestone number 3, and I'd say this one should take priority. Milestone number 3 should be milestone number 2 after getting your starter champion maxed out and getting campaign Brutal covered. You want to get to 1 keying Brutal, you guys. You want to get to that Grandmaster chest in a single key so you can actually start farming Nightmare as soon as possible and move towards Ultra Nightmare towards your mid-game progress in your game. Why do you want to get to the Brutal Grandmaster chest? Because it's the same as the Grandmaster chest here on Nightmare, and what we're actually after is the Ultimate chest. There's something interesting here that we noticed with my clan members. Let me elaborate. The Guardian chest here has a higher Void Shard rate spawn than the Grandmaster chest. And it's a weird thing. And it's only about Void Shards. The Guardian chest has 1.86% to drop you a Void Shard, and the Grandmaster chest has a 1.84% chance to drop you a void shard. I don't know what that is about, but I'll accept it. What we're concerned about is the ultimate chest because we're starting to get sacred shards here, baby. It's a 6.32% chance per chest. And that is about 5 a month, I would say, if you're lucky.
Good luck.
Milestone number 5 will be to get to Gold Arena. It's not expected of you to immediately make it to Gold 5, but the more time you can spend grinding here towards the gold medals, the better. Gold 2 and 3 are very campy. You have to sit here and you have to refresh and you have to kind of farm it. But I've heard once you get up to Gold 4 and 5, easy peasy, you start meeting one-man defense champions that you can farm for medals. And then your Great Hall progress becomes so much quicker. But this is the urge, you guys. This is my urge for you to dive in Classic Arena. You also get champion points, well, bonuses from the Classic Arena. The higher tier or rank in Classic Arena you are, the stronger your champions are. And I'm just gonna do you the courtesy of refreshing once so you can see what I'm talking about. These are the kind of teams that you'll have to beat. Every once in a while, you meet a team like this. You go, maybe I'll beat them, maybe I can, but then you see a Duchess and a Skull Crown here, like, what are the odds that we'll be able to, right? And we have so many heals, and you just have to wait and refresh,
Again and again and again.
You guys, look at how many nodes you have to upgrade on this Great Hall, and look at how much these upgrades cost. The quicker you can make the transition to gold, the better. The level 5 upgrade is gonna cost you 500 silver medals or 250 gold medals, so that's twice less. You know what I mean. Now once you've gotten to Golden Arena, you're gonna start moving towards the more endgame beginner level progress in this game, and you're gonna hit 2 of these milestones, either one at a time. It's different for each person. You're either gonna get your first chest on Chimera, and I urge you to try and get at least a novice chest, you guys. You're gonna start getting Empress fragments from here, which is gonna be your first mythical champion, probably. You're probably gonna get Empress before you get Mikage. If you don't pull any primal shards, that is. Because he is a summon champ. And you're gonna get some relics and goodies for forging, but you're concerned with the champion here. And you're gonna try and get your first key in Chimera as well. Again, try and get the novice chest. It's quite difficult. I have found, personally, that Chimera is easier than Hydra, but that also depends on the kind of champions that you have on your roster. Try and get to the first couple of chests, if you can do as I do. Also, you have a whole week to complete a rotation of these, so leave these Hydra and Chimera progressions for further down the line, and especially after you've made sure that you can at least 2-3 key Nightmare for a Sacred Shard monthly. You know what I mean?
Right, got it.
Milestone number 7 would be having a good couple of teams to take you down some of the last stages of Faction Wars. Now, you guys, why it's important is because starting stage 13, you're gonna start getting legendary materials for the forge, and you want to start crafting that perception gear ASAP, and I mean it. So if you can get at least one team to get you to stage 7, stage 8, and then at least one team to get you to stage 13, 14, you're good to go. Speaking of which, I have to exhaust some keys in here. But see, I have a demon spawn team that has taken me almost completely down the Faction Wars, and all I have to do is just build out the rest of these champions and they've got it. This is the roster. Again, I know these are also very hard to get. It depends on what kind of champions you're gonna get when you pull. It depends on their synergies as well. Even if you do get really good, let's say, demon spawn champions, do they synergize well? And also, early game, you're not gonna have the artifacts to build everyone. Most of them. You're not gonna have the resources. You're gonna be struggling. You're gonna notice that as you progress throughout the game, these kind of things, Faction Wars, for example, happen by themselves. You're gonna build out champions here and there. At one point, you're gonna realize everyone's getting stronger parallelly. And especially if you do your missions, your daily quests, they're gonna guide you in the game in a way where you're gonna progress everywhere pretty evenly. Faction Wars are just one of these things that you're either gonna have 3 very meh Sylvan Watchers, or you're gonna have a full team of Banner Lords that can take you down to stage 13, and there's no in between. So it's fine if you have most dungeons undone, well, faction crypts. It's fine if you have at least 1 or 2 teams and they can get the job done for you. And you'll have to wait for a little bit. You'll have to wait a week or two for the rotations to switch around. And that gives you, you know, some more time to do everything else in the game, honestly. It's everything that we talked about prior to this. You should be prioritizing before this, I think. Give me the loot! Here, you guys. Legendary artifact materials. Oh, we really didn't need the Willstone. I was really hoping on some perception gear. But hey, this is what I wanted to pay attention to as well. You're gonna start getting higher quality glyphs as well, with which you will start tweaking your artifacts later down the line. These are very important. Hold on to them. Stack them. Even if you don't understand what I'm talking about, go down there and get them every day.
It's every day, bro.
Milestone number 9 is your first Doom Tower completion. And this also varies based off 2 things. 1, the champions that you have on your roster, and 2, which boss is at the Doom Tower rotation. Because they change too, and they change every 4 weeks. Oh, we have a day to complete this rotation, and I don't think we can do it. So here, not even I have completed this milestone, and I'm not talking even secret rooms. I haven't done all of the secret rooms. I've done some, but you get good forge pieces here for even more artifact sets. These 2 you get from Faction Wars, and then you're gonna get Fortitude, you're gonna get Bloodthirst, you're gonna get Frostbite, you're gonna get Fatal. All of these really good artifact sets. The best one being Fatal, in my opinion. Guardian, Fatal, and Lethal. With switching from early game to mid game, you're gonna want to switch to a more advanced type of artifact building routine, you know? And last but not least, you guys, let's not forget about Tag Team Arena. Just as important as it is to do consistent work everywhere, Tag Team Arena is no exception. A lot of people tend to forget about it. But what's important about Tag Team Arena is that you get your Dregstar Blood Twin fragments, which you can only get once a day, and they cost 360 gold bars. You're gonna want to stock up on gold bars. You want to make extra gold bars later down the line. You even have better rewards. See here, you can buy Sacred Charges, Legendary Skill Tomes. You can buy Rank 5 Chicken.
Look at all those chickens.
And goodies, you guys. You want to rack up on these. You want to raise, I'd say try and go to bronze 3, 4 so you can raise your tier and get more of these gold bars as rewards at the end of the ranking period. And you need 3 solid teams to take you through. It gets a bit campier the higher up you go. As you can see, everyone has their defenses up here. And just the same way you have to wait for it to refresh, such as Classic Arena. And those are the 10 milestones that you need to reach. I don't know if I talked enough about Minotaur, but you guys, Minotaur is kind of a default. Minotaur should be your training grounds. When you're not running food champions, you train your champions here. So that's why I didn't include it. Get up to stage 15 ASAP. I don't have anything else to tell you. And those are the 10 milestones that you need to focus on in your early game stages of gameplay. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching me, and I'll catch you guys again in the next one. Bye!